Good day, everyone. Welcome to our session on AI in schools, balancing benefits and risk with quick policies and essential tools. I am Lee-ann Pierre, CEO and founder of 21st Century Educators. And today we'll cover the critical balance between the opportunities and risk of AI in schools. We'll go over the hidden dangers of unregulated AI use, a quick guide to building a school-wide AI policy, and I'll share some of my favorite AI tools, including Magic AI, Almanac, Quillbot, and Lumen 5. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear path to integrating AI responsibly and efficiently in your classrooms. So let's get started. So let's start by understanding why using AI in schools is risky without having clear policies. And as you can see on the screen, I've identified just a few. First, probably the biggest concern of most persons using AI, privacy risk. Many AI tools gather personal data, and sensitive student information could be exposed or misused without oversight. You can imagine in a school where data is collected with every student, data that is not meant for the public viewing. If it is placed in an AI tool, it can be used for incorrect purposes. Then, one of the biggest concerns of educators is academic integrity. Currently, students rely on AI for completing assignments, which of course can affect authentic learning. And how do we grade that? What is fair grading when it comes to students using AI? There's also over-reliance on AI as another valid concern. Students may begin to rely too heavily on AI, potentially weakening their critical thinking skills. And of course, this is a big concern for educators because losing your ability to think critically is devastating long-term. And lastly, there's bias within the AI algorithms, which can lead to problematic outcomes. AI models are trained on large data sets that may contain biases. And if we use them without review, these biases could impact how we teach, how we assess students, how students view themselves when they use the AI. And of course, there can be long-term repercussions because of these biases, which can, of course, be continued. And as educators, we know that it is very important that we also teach our students how to be discerning when they interact with any type of technology. So it's very essential to establish AI policies that set boundaries and guidelines for safe and effective AI use. But I'm probably sure that most of you are thinking, oh, great, more work for educators. In a place where there's already so much to do, now we have more work to do. And so I'm hoping that this quick policy development guide does provide some sort of framework to help you as an educator within your institution to encourage your staff to develop these policies and recognize that they're not so difficult. Furthermore, at the end of the presentation, I will be sharing sample policies that you can take and use as a template. But what are some considerations when developing a policy in terms of AI? Number one, it is very important to define what acceptable use is. Clarify where AI can and can't be used. Like, are we going to allow AI for research, but restrict it for graded assignments? And when we say acceptable use, it's also important to note that we are not just talking about use by students, but also use by our own educators. Two, we need to think about how we are going to protect our privacy. So specify what data AI tools can access. Be very clear about that. What data can students input or what data can educators input into the AI tools that belong to the institution? We need to do this to ensure that sensitive information remains private and secure. Three, to maintain academic integrity, We want to encourage our students to disclose when they use AI assistance so that they can say what they used it for, which tool they used, how they used it. And it's very important that we set guidelines for how they cite these AI tools. 4, we want to enable teacher oversight. So establish guidelines for teachers to evaluate these AI tools regularly and monitor their usage in class. With students disclosing how they're using AI and when they're using AI, we can actually establish patterns. We can see if there are issues that maybe this group of students are facing that didn't exist before. For example, if we feel like their critical thinking or creativity levels are decreasing, how can we now use these AI tools in a different way to help those skills? So it's very important that we evaluate these AI tools, and therefore it's important that we actually have a guideline as to how we're evaluating. What exactly do we expect from the AI tool? And how are we monitoring their usage? Are we going to ask on a weekly basis? Are we going to be doing surveys, etc.? So establish clear guidelines as to how we're going to oversee usage of AI. And finally, we need to provide training. We need to offer training so that everyone, all stakeholders, students, teachers, administrators, parents, any stakeholder that's involved in the institution, we need to offer training so that they understand how to use these AI tools responsibly. Oftentimes, a lot of assumptions are made that persons are aware of the correct way to use AI, or that they're aware of the risk in using AI. And it is very important, especially as AI continues to develop rapidly, that we understand that education is really the foundation of using AI safely. So by following these 5 basic steps, schools can create a supportive AI environment that upholds integrity and safety. And in addition to these 5 guidelines, we need to ensure that there are safeguards to include in your AI policy. And I've chosen to present 3 or to highlight 3. There are a few more, but I think these are key. We need to ensure that as we develop our AI policy, that we have regular tool audits, as I mentioned before. So periodically review AI tools to ensure they meet your school's ethical and educational standards. Don't depend on what you are reading in the media. Don't depend on what somebody else says at another school. You know your standards, you know your ethical values. Set up a committee. That committee should include students, teachers, parents, the community members, even get some experts in to assist, and periodically review those AI tools to ensure they meet your school's ethical and educational standards. As I mentioned before, AI is evolving rapidly, and therefore it is very important that we put things in place to ensure that we are keeping up and checking in to make sure that at the end of the day, the AI is bringing value to our school and not taking away value. The second thing in terms of safeguards is to be transparent with your students. Just as we expect our students to disclose, and we want to encourage our students to disclose when they're using AI and for what purpose, teachers also should be encouraged to let students know when AI is being used. Is AI going to be used to grade this assignment? Is it being used to create your lesson plans, your assessments, for classroom management, for whatever reason? And this will also help open the discussions between students and teachers. So we are going to remove some of the fear. We are going to remove some of the hiding, where students might feel the need to hide. If they see their teachers disclosing, they will feel a lot more comfortable to do the same. Additionally, it is a good way to demonstrate correct practice so that we are also saying as educators, I am using AI, and notice I cited it on my presentation, or I cited that the image was generated using AI, etc. And so we actually then share an example of what to do. And the final safeguard that I want to encourage is allowing our students and parents the opt-out option. Right now, there are a lot of concerns, genuine concerns. For example, do we allow our voices to be recorded and used by AI avatars? Do we create avatars, images? There are a lot of AI where you can upload your image and it creates avatars of you. And the reality is, like any technology that can be used for good, there are persons out there who may use it incorrectly. And so it is very important that we give students and parents the choice to opt out of certain AI uses if they have genuine privacy or ethical concerns. And I think this would help us as an institution to move forward in a way where trust isn't lost. We want to continue to promote a transparent and ethical AI environment that supports learning without compromising trust. So now that we've set the stage for responsible AI use, let's talk about some of my favorite AI tools that save time and enhance teaching. And these are some really practical, easy to use, and impactful AI tools. Now, due to time constraints, I'm not going to be able to show you a lot of how to use the tool, but I promise you these tools, the learning curve is very low, but they really do save time. And at the end of the session, I will share a resource where you can get a longer demonstration of how to use these tools in your classroom, as well as the links. So you don't have to worry about taking notes. You can get that at the end of the session. So let's start. One of my favorite tools is called Magic AI, and some of you might be familiar with this tool. It's a platform which offers a range of AI-powered tools designed for teachers, like automatic questioning, lesson planning. It can create quizzes or assignments quickly, helping teachers free up time while ensuring high-quality resources. And of course, any time saver for a teacher who is always on the go is huge. So I'm just going to switch to Magic School AI. And I'm literally just going to show you some of what it can do. So Magic School AI has several features. It's built specifically for teachers. So you will see things like a professional email generator, email responder, PD planner, image generator, presentation generator, text rewriter, worksheet generator, text leveler, rubric generator. And it goes on and on. Group work generator, custom chatbots, Jeopardy review games, letters of recommendation, make it relevant, social media posts, and it goes on. Classroom management, so it actually provides you with suggestions. If you put in behaviors of a student, it will provide you with suggestions that you can use for that particular student. Really, really brilliant tool. And it's not just for teachers, but it also has an element for students called Magic Student. So that's one. My second favorite tool is called Almanac. So Almanac is similar to Magic AI, but there are some elements that are a little different. And so I would encourage you to check out both. So Almanac is perfect for creating personalized learning materials. It offers features like worksheets, quizzes, and flashcards. And it also provides valuable data insights. For example, it can help identify areas where students are struggling, allowing teachers to adjust their lessons effectively. And again, that's one of the benefits of AI, that aspect of personalized learning. And so we're going to switch now, just for me to give you a quick overview of Almanac. So Almanac similar to Magic AI, has a range of AI tools: lesson planning, worksheets, study aids, assessments, differentiation, class activities, games, curriculum design. I'm just going to scroll on the page so you can see a little bit of what it contains. You can even get questions for YouTube videos, vocabulary lists, translators, choice boards, simulation activities, a science lab, etc., song generators, and it goes on. Really, really fantastic tool. And the tools that I'm sharing today are tools that I've used myself. So I can safely say that they're quite beneficial in terms of time savers. The next tool is called Quillbot. Quillbot is an excellent tool for rephrasing and summarizing content. If you need to simplify a complex topic or adjust language to suit different reading levels, Quillbot can do this in seconds. It's also great for paraphrasing content to use in different formats, saving teachers time on prep work. And you would also see that Quillbot does have quite a number of areas, but the one that I really like is the paraphraser. And the paraphraser works in different languages, so it's not just for English users, and you can use it as a teacher, but it also helps your students who might be having difficulties writing. They can upload a document and ask it to paraphrase. You can write a sentence and ask it to paraphrase. So a really good tool in terms of improving writing. And the last tool that I'm going to share with you is called Lumen 5. So all of us love to see these videos that are made and we're like, we wish we had that editing skill. Well, AI now creates videos for you. And so there's a wonderful tool called Lumen 5. And if you were to go check it out, it's a video creation tool that transforms text into engaging videos, making it easy to create visually appealing content for classes. You can turn written material into video summaries, ideal for visual learners or for recaps of important topics. And it doesn't just present text. You can actually record your voice as well. So you can do voiceovers, and you also can edit the images that it suggests as well. So these tools provide practical support and save teachers time, allowing you to focus more on engaging with students. And of course, which teacher doesn't need more time, right? I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a teacher say, I have extra time on my hands. Now, with AI, a lot of these tools are actually based on, of course, a language model. So in order to really get the best out of all of these tools, you need to have effective prompting. And these are just a few tips in terms of how to effectively prompt the various tools to get the best result that you'd like. 1, be clear and specific. So instead of saying, create a quiz, specify, create a 5-question multiple choice quiz on photosynthesis for a middle school biology class. So you would notice that I stated what I wanted, how many questions I wanted, what topic it was for, what level it was for, what subject it was for. And if we wanted, we could even drill deeper. So we could even add, I would like a differentiation, or I would like the multiple choice to have 4 options. I would like it to be scenario based. You can be as detailed as you need to be. It's also very wise to provide context. So if you want to create a lesson plan, for example, you should provide all the details that normally go into a lesson plan. What topic is it? If there's a subtopic, what grade level is it? Even if it's who is in the classroom, what type of students? Maybe you have a mixed group in terms of ability. What are your learning goals? What kind of activities would you like to include? So you can state that you want to include games or you want to have a movement exercise. AI tools respond very well to detailed prompts. So the more details you add and the more context you provide, the more aligned it is going to be with what you probably are thinking. And the third point in terms of effective prompting techniques would be refine and iterate. Don't be afraid to adjust your prompt. If it doesn't happen on the first try, try again. Sometimes a small tweak can lead to much better results. Sometimes changing one word or adding another word, it will help, and you can actually converse with the AI tool oftentimes. So you can say, well, I wanted it to do this. What can you do? You know, so generally the AI tools can be prompted until you get what you want exactly. So by using these strategies, you'll find that AI tools are even more effective in supporting your teaching needs. It is like having your own personal assistant with you in the classroom. So in closing, I would like to say thank you for joining today's session on responsible AI use in schools. We've covered the risk of using AI without policies, steps to create an AI policy quickly, and some of my favorite AI tools, including Magic AI, Almanac, Quillbot, and Lumen 5. So you can scan that QR code and you will find additional resources and sample policies in the link provided. And these include policy templates and guides to help you implement AI responsibly in your classroom. And if you'd like to stay updated with the latest in education and AI, follow us, 21st Century Educators. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and you can visit our website, www.21st-centuryeducators.com. We regularly share tips, resources, and updates to support educators in this fast evolving digital landscape. And at this time, I would open the floor for any questions and comments about this presentation, and I will do my very best to answer them. Thank you very much, and I look forward to the rest of the sessions. Bye, everyone.